Hail and well met friends, Andang here on the Beorning, getting ready to go through a skirmish and show off the different lines at level 73. If you have not looked at my last video where I went through level 50, I will be not covering those skills very much. So if you want to see the higher up skills, this is what this video is for. As you can see, I'm in the claw and I finally got the final skill, the capstone skill. And basically what this does is it builds extra wrath and reduces the cost of wrath skills. And there's different buffs and things that allow more damage to be done in bear form and make it be much more potent. And they've done a few updates to the class to make it feel a bit more complex than it was before, which is good. So as you can see, I have these red claws on the side of me, kind of like the minstrel does, and I'm able to gain wrath. And wow, that was a terrible pull. And oh goodness, and just be able to go right in. And I'm stunned. One thing that happens when you're stunned is you lose the ability to use most of your skills, especially in bear form, and so that can be really debilitating. This heal here is very vital to your success. As a Beorning, you feel pretty light otherwise in red line. It's very hard to manage. In bear form, it does feel like you take more damage than in the other forms as well, so it can be very tough to stay alive in red line right now. Reminder that this is beta, so it's all subject to change, of course. But right now it's actually really challenging to be in red line, which is refreshing. Luckily there's the other lines, so if you don't want to challenge, you know, the other lines aren't hard at all, so that's nice. Nothing really stands out in red line, you just basically do more damage. There's obviously a lot of damage skills, but nothing too special aside from the heal that you get that is very useful, and also this Call to the Wild, which does some good wrath things. So let's go ahead and move on to talk about blue line. Alright, so we are now in blue line, and the capstone for this one reduces all damage taken by 60%, and on a hit, any hit received, it restores 1% morale. There's also all sorts of recovery things, heals, and just general survivability. It is a very survivable class. It does use medium armor, and so that helps out as well. But there's all sorts of stuff that just allows you to be survivable, including 104 vitality. So it has, I haven't organized these skills, but it has a lot of the same ones, but a few different ones as well. The main difference is while you still have that heal, it doesn't do quite as much as it does in the other, because you don't need it as much. So it's not necessary. You do have a bear heal and different crushing skills, but mainly, you know, you're a tank in this line. Look how much easier it was for me to take the damage from that troll. Obviously there weren't two this time, but still, that's really impressive that it was so much simpler to just be tanking that damage, and at no real cost to me. And we can see we got a heal here that heals morale over time, and you can actually, it'll stay as you switch back over. And it's just mostly in bear form, which is actually kind of surprising. There aren't that many tanking skills in just the normal human form. Most of the stuff is in bear form, and so that is definitely a change from red line, where it feels like it's more half and half. But in blue line, it feels like that you're actually encouraged to go into bear form, which is something I hadn't really felt in the other lines nearly as much, and definitely not in the previous build of blue line. So I'm glad that they are encouraging more and more for you to go into bear form. The human form should really just be your base building, just so that you can get into bear form. And bear form should feel like a reward as opposed to just another form. Alright. After all, that's why there's the whole Wrath mechanic. I would like to point out that the fact that we don't have power doesn't seem to affect really the balance. It seems to be perfectly fine and functions very well, just based on Wrath. But anyway, I will go ahead and move on to Yellow Line. Alright, so here we are in Yellow Line, and the capstone for this one makes 70% of all incoming healing is redirected to the target. So let's say that I'm the backup tank. And let's say that I put this onto the main tank. And let's say that we're both taking damage, and the minstrel is just healing me. Well, the minstrel is actually giving more heals by healing me to the main tank than they are to me. So the minstrel can literally just spam heals on the Beorning, and as long as the Beorning has this skill on the right target, that target will get the majority of the heals from the minstrel. So what this could actually allow is the minstrel to just spam heals like a crazy person and have the Beorning pick which target they want the heals to go to. And as long as the Beorning is taking a little bit of damage, it's beneficial to both and takes away a lot of the stress from the minstrel. There's so much tactics and planning that could come from this one new skill. This is what I think will define the Beorning more than anything else. And I hope it doesn't get nerfed, because it is an amazing skill. And I can't wait to see what people do with it. Obviously also, while you're doing this, because that's just passive, you're just, pick a target and the minstrel's, healing towards that, or, whichever healing class is healing you. You also have all these healing skills. There's tons of healing skills. There's all these healing outgoing modifiers. The Beorning is a very viable healer. That is something I did not expect. At the very least, it's a very viable router of the healing. And that is something that is totally original to the class. No other class has anything similar to that skill where you can actually route healing, especially 70%. That's more than half of your healing is going to another target. So let's actually go ahead and take a look here. We have the ability to add Wrath and give extra potency to our skills. We can also mark targets. If we get close to them, it doesn't have much of a range. So we can mark targets, and that actually does initiate combat. We have heals that we can put on other targets. And here's the redirect skill, so I can, if I had a healer that was healing me, for example, and let's say it also needed to heal itself, or let's say a banner guard or something like that, I would be routing healing back to the healer. So it could actually have a self-heal. So I could actually select, let's say the minstrel was healing me. I could actually select the minstrel and have them be healing me while they're healing themselves using single heals that wouldn't normally heal themselves. There are so many tactics that it could come from this one skill. It is truly amazing, and like I said, I really hope it doesn't get nerfed or changed, because I feel like that it is something the Beorning needs. It's something that's really original to that class, and it definitely deserves it. And as you can see, I'm doing just fine on damage, still able to DPS them down like crazy. This attack is so ridiculous, and look how mean I look. That's just incredible. There's also heals in this line as well. An AoE heal. An AoE bear form heal. How crazy is that? There's so many options in this yellow line. I have a feeling that this is going to be one of the new favorite support classes for running things, just because of the amount of options that it has and the amount of strategy you can have by allowing healing to go back to other targets. I expect classes to just target the Beorning and let the Beorning pick which target it wants to heal. I think that that would be a very viable tactic, and like I said, I can't wait to see what types of things come from just that one new skill. Not to mention all the other healing that the Beorning has. I mean, I have another, just a roar heal. The bear form has 2 heals, an AoE and a single form heal. Absolutely amazing. I think that they really knocked it out of the park with Yellow Line. In the last build I showed, Yellow Line was absolutely terrible. Now it feels like just a real fleshed out line, and I'm very excited about that. I can't wait to see how this class continues to develop as you get higher and higher into levels. I do have all the skills unlocked, but as they continue to add more skills as we advance into higher and higher level caps, I can't wait to see what they come up with in this line, because it is so original and unlike anything that has been done in LOTRO before. And I can't really say that about Red Line. It does feel like its own because you switch to the bear form and stuff like that, but Yellow Line feels like something that is totally different, especially due to that capstone skill. So anyway, that is kind of the overview of a level 74 now Beorning. If you guys have any questions, I'll try to answer them. Update 15 is set to come out November 5th, according to a recent Massively article. Hopefully it will be ready. I think they still have a lot of polish that they could be doing in the Beorning, and especially in Blue and Red Line. Red Line especially I think could use some work. But overall, I'd say that the Beorning is really starting to feel even more like its own class. And really, since the class changes, a lot of the classes feel just very generalized. The Beorning, though, feels very much like its own self, and I can't stress enough how happy that makes me feel. The fact that the Beorning is its own thing is incredible. And anyway, that's enough of me gushing about the Beorning. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be doing a playthrough once it gets unlocked on Patreon through the Beorning class. And anyway, till next time, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you again real soon once update 15 goes live on November 5th. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button below, and if you'd like to see more of my daily content, feel free to subscribe, and you'll be notified when that new content comes out. And also, if you'd like to help support my channel and help me continue to create high quality videos, feel free to support me on Patreon, and you can get all sorts of great rewards in the process. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another video.